class. Welcome to Social Work 641, Social Justice and Injustice in Communities and Social Policy. So under the macro arm of social work, there's an umbrella of avenues you'll process. You've already done the policy and advocacy piece or working toward that now. And then there's the community aspect, which is what this class heavily focuses on, and along with the injustices and justices around that. And then the third area of that is the administrative arm of the not-for-profit business in which most of us will work in after receiving our degree. So I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Liz Dunbar Martin. I'm a native of Louisville. I attended public school here, and I ended up in college at Boston College on a track scholarship for undergraduate school, and then came back to the Kent School, and I am a graduate of the MSW program at Kent School. My background has been mostly in the policy and advocacy arena, but I've actually worked in all three areas of macro social work. I have been an executive director, I have been a grant writer, I have lobbied on Capitol Hill, and advocated, and then was a national organizer for the Children's Defense Fund, along with the lobbying and advocacy activity. And then returning to Kentucky, started the Kentucky Court Appointed Special Advocate Office, or CASA, and worked with legislators there to help assist technically our community-based programs around the state of Kentucky. And now I am with the University of Louisville and have been for some time. I have been hired a number of times as a consultant to do direct action organizing work, particularly in disparate areas in our community, and heavily focused on West Louisville, which is an area that's sort of slowly gentrifying, and we're trying to keep the community voice involved. And so I'm still in it, but still teach classes too. I have taught this course many times before, but we have worked, like I said, to change the course somewhat so that you come out of the program with a lot more of the social justice aspect piece, the opportunity to affect change, and so forth. So in those assignments that we have the blogs that you'll participate in, exercises around that. Some of them I'll set up as think, pair, shares, which means you can, the group feature in Blackboard will sort you with a partner in the classroom to make a joint reply in the blog, and it gives you a way of interacting with other classmates because there is no group project in this course. So we will have our presentations toward the end of the semester and one visit on Collaborate Ultra earlier in the semester, just to kind of put some faces to the names and discuss maybe a small case around social justice. And then the 5 blogs I mentioned. The Toolkit for Change assignment is a significant assignment. It has 5 steps in it, and that's all listed in the assignment area on Blackboard. I'll add the areas to post things a little bit later in a few weeks. Then the essay on social determinants of health, and that'd be your first kind of paper that comes forward in the class, and due around session 4. This class goes kind of quick because we condense 14 weeks into 10/11 weeks of time. So you'll need to stay up on it. The reading is infinitely important. It applies to almost every blog or discussion board that you'll do. So you'll need to have read it to be able to reply. And the reason for that is the reading in here is terribly important, that you need to know it. The Toolkit for Change gives you an opportunity by yourself to construct your own campaign on a community-based level, looking at a social problem of interest to you. And then there's the participation grade, which is a third of your grade in online learning. It's really important that you sort of discipline yourself of manage your time well, making sure you meet the time span that we work in, which is Monday through Sunday, and then we move on to the next session. Now you can go to school at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. or midnight during the week, doesn't matter to me, just as long as the work gets done. So participation grade is calculated over time, and I award it at the end of the semester. And that has to do with the soft chalk lectures when we have them, your participation in blogs, synchronous sessions, which is the online form of virtual sessions, and so forth. And that's about it. I welcome you to the course. I'm really excited about it. This is so much of what I've always done professionally. And I like to hope to think that you'll get out and maybe take an opportunity to get the extra credit points that I mentioned in the assignment area, where you're going to attend a community event and involve yourself in something other than the place that you work. Maybe trying something different or out of the box for yourself, just to expose yourself to something different. There's a lot that goes on the community-based level. Um, any piece of policy that exists today on the federal level, state level, or an ordinance on your local level, it started with people at a grassroots level, and that's where we are. And so that's where things start. It's also where the most direct work takes place. And sometimes when you're in anything related to rights-based work, uh, there's usually an opposing side. So local is very different than what we talk about a lot in the policy classes, which are federal and state. Local is a different setup of government depending on which state you're in or country you're in. So make sure you snoop around and think about that and look into that, and expose yourself, because as they say, politics is local, and most laws or federal policies or community-based change starts at the grassroots level. So with that, welcome to the class. I will hopefully have a recording every other week for you of me. Otherwise, I'll have a written message from me as the instructor. I do travel a bit in the summer, so sometimes the video doesn't always work out. But I'm always available on email. I try to reply pretty quickly, particularly in the beginning of the semester, and then I usually check in the morning at night for sure. I won't miss a day, though, without replying to you, because that's our major form of communication. At any rate, welcome to the class. I look forward to this summer.